Hello, everyone. We are back, large and in charge, with the part two of the Matthew Perry interview. Matthew Perry, I call him, but he wants to be called
He
Matt.
said, well, he's laughing because, we just did part one and he's saying, happy to be here again. And
Again, yes.
yeah,
Thank you for
yeah.
sticking around and not running for the
Oh,
earth.
he's not ready to run for the hills yet.
Yeah. And thank you, Erik, for also helping with this as well. Again, you guys check out Courtney Dillon's information in the description box below. And so on with our community questions. Matt,
Onward,
what
says.
soul growth did you make as a result of your addictions? It's a good question.
He says, where do I start?
Maybe the big one.
Compassion. Yeah. Compassion is the word. Compassion, because in the worst part of my addiction, I fully understand what it means to lose control and how dark and difficult life can be. And I know that I was there to help those who are struggling in that way.
And that's why you started your humanitarian efforts, right? Because
exactly. And he really hopes that this continues, that this is his legacy, that this is the legacy that he wants to live.
Now, you want to talk about that, about your program or programs, maybe?
He says it's a great organization. It feels like sorry, I don't know anything about this, but I think he's saying nonprofit.
Yeah.
And nonprofit. And he says it's to help aid those who are suffering with addiction. So it looks like they give them, people who are struggling, support, resources, rides, places, people to listen or talk to. Like there's lots of different facets in this organization that they offer people that are really suffering from addiction. So he says people on this call could benefit. If there's some who would benefit from getting I feel like it's his name.
Yeah, probably Matthew Perry Foundation.
Foundation. Yeah. Look that up, because he's there to help.
Well,
and and he also is saying that he will listen. As weird as that sounds from a dead guy, I am here to listen if you are struggling. Yeah. So
that's sweet. I mean, you must be proud. I'm proud of you. Hitting rock bottom and then building this wonderful thing up to help other people. Really, it must be so proud.
He wouldn't use the word proud to describe himself. He says it was the only logical thing to do.
Yeah.
After living, he like lived.
Right.
I mean, it's like, what else are you going to do? You can help people, or And he says
people don't do that who are addicts. Okay.
Well, he says also that addiction, in my mind, is a very, and he's not trying to be rude when he say this, but self-absorbed disease. And I have a tendency towards self-absorption. And so he's like trying to, and we all do to a degree, but he's saying some of it was just to keep helping others.
Right. So to balance out the self-absorption part, that makes sense. What do you understand about addiction from your current perspective that could be helpful to those who struggle with it now here on Earth?
One thing I will say is that the source of addiction is often pain, like emotional pain, unhealed and stored within your body. He's also did not know this, he says, but is surprised to learn that sometimes we can come in with the life plan to experience and overcome addiction in order to balance that within our contract. But not that one he wasn't so sure about. He didn't know.
So did you have any drugs or alcohol in your system at the time of death? If you don't want to answer, that's fine.
He doesn't feel like answering that, but he will say that there are, like he's saying like antidepressants or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's saying there wasn't,
No,
whatever he's
drugs or
addicted to.
alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever
So-
suffer withdrawal trying to stop drinking alcohol or using opiates?
sorry, can you ask that again? He didn't hear.
Sorry. Did you ever suffer withdrawals?
Oh, horrible.
Oh,
Horrible. Yeah,
what was
horrible.
worse, from alcohol or opiates?
Opiates, 100%.
Oh,
Opiates.
my goodness.
He says, don't ever try them if you don't have
Oh,
to.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
awful.
I don't know any drug addicts. I'm so glad I took my first, hit on a crack pipe when I was
No, not recommended.
so glad. No.
0 out of 10, he says.
Who was your favorite Friends castmate? And maybe you don't want to answer this.
Oh, he feels funny answering that question. I love each person
in different ways.
Different ways. Yeah. He does have a special, nah, he doesn't want to say. He loves them all. He loves them all.
Okay, I knew.
Leave it at that.
You're too nice. But you love, like I love my children, all in very different ways. I love them.
Very different. But we work well together.
Yeah.
We really bonded. We were genuine friends. Yeah. That wasn't it sounds cliche, but it is true. And over the last few years, there's been some distance because of how life goes. Yeah. But he feels grateful to know all of them.
Did you guys ever have disagreements or,
Oh, of course.
Arguments?
Mostly, yeah, of course. It's like working with a bunch of your brothers and sisters. Of course. Yeah. You are going to, and it's 10 years.
A lot can happen in that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he will say genuinely, and he means this, we got along very well. Some of the there are some disagreements over his behavior during the show,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. Any tips for comedians?
Be genuine. Be yourself. He likes to stay above low bar jokes, he calls them.
Yeah.
Like low bar humor.
Physical comedian, right? I mean, you used your body and your facial.
Yeah. Yeah. He says, let it come from your sense of yourself, your own spirit, your own character. And, for him, he doesn't, it's hard for him to give tips on this because it was just like he didn't really think about it.
Oh, yeah.
This is what makes him so brilliant. I can see. It's like he just goes in a room and he can just like, be ad-libbing or making stuff up on the fly. Like,
it was natural for you, in other words. Yeah.
Yeah. But he says, be true to yourself is the most important thing when you're trying to make it as a comedian.
Okay. Of all of your accomplishments on and off screen, which one made you the most happy and why?
My foundation, certainly. Certainly my foundation. Yeah. 100%.
What about your on screen? You said in one interview that Fools Rush In, that was your favorite.
Oh, he was a fun time for him.
Yeah.
And he got along with his I don't remember who's in it with him, but he's showing me.
Yeah.
Hayek. Yeah. Right. And he's showing me a picture of her. They actually are good friends. They look like they really get along, and he says she's very pretty too.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't hurt anything. Yeah.
What was your greatest compliment? We've already said that. What was your biggest regret? You can't say addiction because
no,
that was part of your contract, right? Maybe you don't have any regrets. It was all supposed to happen.
Don't worry, I have a few. Okay. He could say, if you were to look at his life, that he wasn't great at like romantic relationships.
Okay.
Not great. I struggled in this area. I'm not saying I was awful, but I struggled to let people in.
Yeah.
Like he would struggle to let people in. Like he means the true self, the self that we're getting to see today, actually.
Oh.
This, and he also struggled a great deal with he's more empathic than he would ever show people. He's more empathic and he's more sensitive, and he struggled with that because he didn't almost know how to deal with it, with the fame. Like it felt like fame for him, he tells me it's like a barrage. Like sometimes it feels like a barrage.
Incoming. Yeah.
He's saying,
famous.
he says you are a little bit.
No, I'm not. You have not talked about my quirks and flaws by my husband and my kids. Maybe you have. I don't know. But
no, he hasn't. He's saying, but what he says,
free to interview them.
He says, "Don't worry, he can give you his list. He's got a few."
I'll give you my list too.
Okay, we can trade. We can trade lists. He says. There you go.
So, have you ever? Do you ever visit any of your fellow castmates on any project?
Yeah,
family, friends. And are any of them able to really pick up on your energy?
He just smiles and nods. Yes, I think he's visited everybody. This is what he's saying. He's made the rounds. Yeah. He's made the rounds. He said his goodbyes. They did it. I don't think they were in charge of planning it, but they did a nice job at his memorial service. He thought it was very beautiful. He shows me, like a lot of white flowers. I don't know the floral arrangements. He was a fan. Do they pick up on him? Yeah, I think so. I think
they do. Is there anyone in particular that has that kind of gift? Like Lisa Kudrow?
I was just gonna say her because that's who he flashed. Like she's kind of got well, and she's
her character is like that.
Her character, but it's like she's really smart in real life, by the way, he says. Yeah. But she's really good with animals too. She's great with animals. He's saying. Yeah, like really good.
Yeah.
So,
were you ever an actor in another lifetime?
Oh yes, Richard III. You played Richard III.
Oh, an actor? You acted as the third?
Yes.
Or was Richard III an actor?
No. He played the character.
Oh, is that Shakespeare, isn't it?
Yes, he's saying Shakespeare.
Okay.
Richard. That was one of his favorite roles as an actor during Shakespeare's time, playing Richard III.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any previous lifetimes with any of the cast of Friends?
Yes, absolutely. We all have been together in various configurations, he'll say.
Okay.
He's smiling. Interestingly, he's showing me the Shakespeare life. Some of them were with him in like what looks like sort of like cast, but he calls it it's like a troupe.
A troupe. Yeah, actually, exactly. Mm-hmm. Cool. Mm-hmm. Were your relationships usually friends, siblings, lovers, or what? If you had to say, most of them, a majority.
Friends.
Friends, of course.
Friends. He says he's like quoting a Shakespeare line. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it wrong. I can't do it right. I'm not gonna do it right, but he's talking about friends and enemies. I'll look it up and we can maybe put it in the notes somewhere.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Which past life influenced yours as Matthew Perry the most? Maybe we've already covered that enough.
He says we covered it.
Okay.
Check.
Okay. Check. I believe 100% that you are a starseed. Could you please?
Oh, really? He says laughing.
Are you a starseed? If so, what was your starseed origin? Pleiadian?
No, he wouldn't call himself a starseed. He says, Earth. Earth is my star.
Oh,
it's kind of funny.
Did you have an okay life review? Did you get any benefit out of your life review?
Yeah, it was a good life. It's not like regret. He doesn't feel regretful, but he keeps saying, I could have done more. done more. I wish I was able to do more.
Well, tell me what you're going to do in the afterlife now.
Help others.
Yeah.
Struggling. Help
How do you
others.
do that? Are you going to become a spirit guide to those who struggle, or?
It's on the table. He says
it's in the planning phase, huh?
it's still in negotiations a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I bet you're a prankster, so I don't think Erik needs to teach you how to prank anybody here.
Oh no, they're doing just fine. Erik, they get along. You could see how they would get along, right?
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, you two are like peas in a pod.
I know. What do you think about my sweet boy, Matt?
Oh, he says he's a pain in the ass, Elisa.
I know.
But no, he's just kidding. But he loves him. He loves him.
Oh.
But two pains in the ass. They're both pain in the ass, he says. Smart ass.
Heaven will never be the same.
No. Well, now that he's there too, I mean,
I know.
He says to me that they're going to keep it interesting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to reincarnate anytime into another life?
Oh, yes, but gosh, I need a break. He needs a little break.
You sweetheart.
Yeah.
All right.
He's saying he's saying it was a good life, but he could have done more. But yeah, he needs a minute. I need a minute.
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, you've done so much, really. Considering the condition you were in, think about that, Matt. I mean, you were severely addicted, rock bottom.
Rock bottom. And you said low as you can get.
Look what you've accomplished with your foundation and just bringing joy and light to the world. So how could you be so hard on yourself, really?
It's not about being hard on myself. It's just a recognition that there's more work to do. Yeah. But maybe next life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm probably going to be in the same situation too. But yeah, I'm just proud of all you've accomplished. You brought a lot of joy and light into my life, watching Friends. So, and Fools Rush in front of my face.
He says thank you. That means a lot to him. Okay. He's, and he can see the value in his work. I mean, he's not totally just putting himself down. Like, he can see the value in making other people laugh and lightening the energy. But it's interesting because he doesn't call that his main work,
Yeah.
So that's the distinction.
You bring out the mother in me, I swear. You really do.
Oh yeah, he says. He says you're kind of like a mom to everyone, huh?
I feel very motherly most of the time. Any last message you want your fans to receive, Matt?
Yes. That he loves each and every person listening today. And to understand that if you are struggling, there is hope. To never give up. Never give up. There is hope. There is support. And most of all, to remember that when you meet someone, to offer them respect and kindness. Yeah. Compassion and love.
Yeah, you never know what they're going through.
No.
Like there's a James, I don't know if it's in Random Acts of Kindness book, but there was this guy walking home from school, had a whole bunch of books in his hands, and he drops them all. And I've shared this with you guys before, but the author of this story went up and helped him, and he felt like he was a little bit in distress. And hey, come on, you can come home with me, and let my mom cook you a meal and all that. And they became really good friends. And at graduation, that guy that spilled the books acknowledged to everyone, all of his friends at the graduation ceremony, that he was taking all his books out of his locker, going home because he planned to kill himself. Except that one guy.
Exactly. That's what he says. Exactly. You never know.
You never know
how your actions, that's very important that you said that, affect other people.
Yeah.
Even a small act of kindness can make all the difference.
It could save a life.
In the world. Saved a life.
Yeah. Saved his.
So, but he's really grateful for the opportunity he had in his life. He doesn't take it for granted. You know, he doesn't love all aspects of fame. He wants to be clear, but he's grateful that he had so much opportunity also.
Did you have a great love in your life? Was there somebody that you loved other than your parents and your stepsister and that? Okay.
Yeah, he says he has known love with.
You don't have to say a name, but
yeah, he doesn't want to. Yeah, he has known love, but well, he also shows me his dog again.
oh,
He really loves his dog. I mean, and I think a lot of people relate to that. We, you know, we find we love our animals, right?
yeah.
I mean, as much as I'm telling you, Winnie's a pain, but you know, I love Winnie. And he loves, but he's showing me he loves people. Like he really actually, and I hope this is conveyed, he says, that he loves people. He loves people. He loves, you know, even
animals and people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, that's what he would call his great love. People.
That's awesome. Oh, I like that. All right. One last question. Is there anything that almost maybe nobody knows about you? A little quirk, something fun? Like, do you take off your socks and then smell them? I don't know.
Oh God.
Why that came into my head.
Oh, that's funny. What's a quirk? Well, if you want to call my he's like a perfectionist. He's a perfectionist.
Okay.
So it's like if he has to do something, he has to get it right.
Okay.
Like, and he will redo it a bunch of times. It's a real pain quality, though, he says.
Oh.
So he says maybe some people know that about me, but that's the thing about me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And thank you, Erik, for being here.
He says thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah. And thank you, Courtney. You guys check her out, CourtneyDillon.com. And please subscribe. Share this with your fellow Matthew Perry fans, or anybody that needs to learn the lessons he's just conveyed to us so brilliantly.
He's saying thank you to everybody for listening. And he's saying this was a lot of fun. He's saying to you, it was a lot of fun.
So, Matt, I love you as a mom. I do.
Oh, thank you. He shows me you'll take him under his wing.
Yeah. I'm going to you want to get to the other side.
Yep.
I used to make Erik sit in my lap when he was 17, 18 years old. So you better be prepared.
Oh, he'd be happy to.
All right.
Joking.
All right. Love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.